Today is brought to you by DiveFans.com. It's a new app. If you want to find the coolest dive bars, Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, California, America, go to DiveFans.com.
Dude!
What happened, Adam?
It's April 20th. That's 420, right?
420, baby.
Yes,
420. What's that mean, Brandi? Come on.
That means that it
Smoking
means no
a
worries.
lot of weed.
It means no worries
No
for
worries.
the rest of our days.
Be happy.
of our day.
Yeah.
No worries, be happy.
For the rest of the day, right?
So, man, it's really weird. You know, these cops used to be busting all these boys for having a little fucking joint, and now it's cool. But, I mean, way back, 8,000 BC, these people were already tripping on hemp. And, man, their clothes were made of hemp, and everything was cool.
So is it a flower or is it a weed?
You know what? I think it's a flower.
Is it flower or weed, Brandi?
Just say flower.
Well, that's what they actually
That's how I
call
order
it.
it,
When
yeah.
you're, the
Yeah.
buds
Yeah.
are flowers.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that the leaves look sort of like a weed. That's why they say that. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm getting smoked out over
I
here.
wonder.
The hyenas. I don't know. What do they say? One of these days you're going to die laughing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's okay. Hey, you know what? But we got to contribute 420 to the Waldos, man.
Oh,
To
yeah.
the who?
Right? The Waldos.
Who are the Waldos?
You don't know who the Waldos are? So the 5 boys that at 420 every day, they'd meet outside.
Oh, yes.
They'd meet outside of the campus and they'd go on safaris. They called them safaris. And you had to go to someplace cool and new that you hadn't been there, and you got to be stoned when you go there. But the Waldos,
We
the
call
first
those safety
thing,
meetings.
the first thing they ever did was a couple of their buddies were going into the Coast Guard, and these Coast Guard cats were growing weed, and they thought their commander was catching on to them, so they let the Waldos. They said, "Hey, man, you can have the crop, just grow it." So that's what they did. So these guys are the ones that came up with all the terms and all the cool stuff.
Wasn't that Santa Clara College? Where was that?
Yeah, it was
Santa
up there in
Clara?
San Francisco area.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those,
Adam, what
those
school
cats
was
are
it?
still
Do you
Sorry, I
around.
wasn't listening. Can you tell me that again?
What?
I forgot what I said.
I forgot what you said too. I don't. I feel like something about Waldos and safaris.
Well, they go to the statue on campus, right? What was the statue? Some shit like that. We've talked about it before.
Oh, man, don't
We'll
make
get
this
back to it.
difficult, bro.
The
I mean, we're just
statue.
talking about weed. What the hell? You remember those cats? But think about it today. Man, you got all those guys in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000 that they're in jail for a fucking joint. And now the government said, "Oh, now we're making tax money on it. It's okay."
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well,
it's
gone
just like
back-
prohibition, man.
It's gone back and forth, right? They had a bunch of raids here in Orange County. They closed down Anaheim, Costa Mesa, Newport. They came in and took their cash money, right? Because they're making some cash business.
The feds, yeah.
But I was listening to Ashley the Poor Man on KOCI this morning, and he was talking to the mayor of Costa Mesa. And he said by late July, August, we're going to have storefront dispensaries back. And I'm sure
Nice.
that's going to follow suit for probably the rest of the county as well.
I would imagine so.
Regulated, and, taxed and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if it still has to be cash or not, though.
Well,
Cash
you know
business.
what? Well, probably because it's still federally a crime. So, and that's a federal.
true.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
can't use a credit card.
Except for in Canada, by the way, the
working on
entire
that.
country of Canada has been for a long time.
Well, they're smart because
Legal.
they get it. I mean, that's why you have liquor stores because the state's making tons of money. Tobacco, they make tons of money. This is just another receiver
Exactly.
for
I
them.
mean, so are we going to stop at weed? I mean, do we think that it's okay to do the,
Troy.
mushrooms and ketamines and acid and
They already do
the-
shrooms. I mean, you can get that
Not-
shit,
I-
You know?
yeah, I mean, but what's
You should
the
excuse
legality?
yourself when that happens, man. Come on.
What's the legality with that?
There's always going to be something, man.
Nah, I say we stick to weed.
Yeah.
It's
You say we
420.
stick
It's
to
all
weed.
about weed.
I mean, I don't know. They're saying that this one has medicinal properties. They're saying that those do
They're
as
saying,
They're saying.
but it's,
What'd
I
you
feel
say?
good.
well. I don't know, man.
Were you talking over there? I couldn't
You guys are
quite
the worst.
can't see you,
I
man.
don't know why I hang out with you, honestly. How do you even fuck
You
up
know,
my
every
high?
woman in
You
my
know what I
life has
mean?
said, I don't know
Like,
why they
you already
got with
fuck
me
up my
either, so
regular
I get
days.
it.
Can we still see Brandi? I
don't know.
think she's weeding up
Yeah.
over there so badly.
Fucking
Whatever.
smoking up the world over there,
Jeez,
man.
oh Pete.
No, but you know what? It's bureaucratic bullshit, and let the little man do his thing. And then, listen, you want to go home and beat the wife, or you want to have a joint and relax? You know what I'm saying?
I say let's do both at the
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, what?
No, my wife beats me. What are you
Why do
talking
you have
about?
to go there?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Theme kind
Yeah, I
of.
got a theme thing,
He does. Yeah, he's got a lot of
You know
pent up
what?
aggression he needs to take out on
I've never beat my wife, and I told her maybe we should,
Oh, my God.
go to fucking gym class together or something.
Yes, you should go to a gym class together.
Yeah, my wife is too cool. I could never do that.
No.
No, but guys, seriously, at the end of the day, it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing for the state. It's a good thing for, and we know a lot of cats. I know a lot of big dollar boys that are putting, hundreds of millions of dollars into this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And, I'm not going to mention any names, but they've got hundreds of thousands of square feet of this shit, and they're doing it for medical purposes, right?
I've got stock and weed different. The one in Canada, there was the biggest one in Canada. Just before they went
public?
legal for the
Yeah.
whole country. I bought some stock in that. I don't. It's not doing that well. It's not going to get retired on it. But there's too many of them now, right? It's saturated market almost. It's
Oh, yeah.
CBD, right? It's like everybody's doing CBD now. But it's like kind of getting back to what Brandy's saying. If you were going to have some kids out having a good time, doing what they got to do, would you rather have them balls drunk on handles, or would you rather have them smoke a little weed?
Do you know
I
how
tell ya.
fast you were fucking driving? Yeah, dude, I was doing like 25. No, you were doing 2.
Yeah, no,
But
I
right,
mean, I
wouldn't you rather
absolutely
have-
like. I think it's the same suit. If they were saying that your kid has anxiety, your kid's depressed, they want to prescribe them Xanax. I would rather my kid sit in their room and get stoned all day and eat Captain Crunch than maybe accidentally overdose on a Xanax. You know
No
what I mean?
shit,
Like,
man.
I am all for
that's-
the Captain
it's
Crunch,
crazy.
but
Yeah,
That'll, I mean,
I want honeycombs, but
I want
How is
crunch
it-
berries in
Yeah.
that shit too.
no, but also give it to that little fucking bully. Then he won't be a bully because he's too stoned and he's like loving everybody. You know what I mean? It's good for everybody.
Who's the bully? What happened?
Whatever bully in school. You know what I
okay?
mean? Instead of
Is
giving
there a
him.
do you have a bully hammer?
I,
do you want me to talk to him?
it's Troy. Yeah, Troy's my bully.
I can't breathe in here.
Yeah. Just keep that shit on, man. It's mandated in
Yeah,
here.
right.
What's happening
Okay.
right now?
Oh, by the way, don't have to
called
wear them on
being
airplanes
stoned.
anymore. You see that? That federal judge said you don't have to wear masks on airplanes and trains anymore, public
I
transit.
think that everyone is aware of that, and
But can you
that is
smoke a
another
joint on the
reason-
plane? That's what I
That
want
is
to know.
another reason to celebrate today.
Fuck,
Yes.
it's 420.
Don't have to wear masks anymore.
It's 420.
That one
We should be
burns
able to
out,
smoke
so-
weed on the plane. Can you imagine?
Aero
Can you
Mexico.
imagine
Aero
fucking
Mexico used to smoke
stoned
weed on Aero
pilots?
Mexico, but they're out of business, right? I wonder
Well,
why.
Aero
By
Mexico,
the way,
I
that
rode
was
on
a
there
good.
one time.
That was
They
a
were
good
good.
group. Stone Pilots, right? We
Stone
could have
Temple
Stone
Pilots.
They were Stone Temple pilots.
Stone Temple Pilots, one of my
Yeah,
favorite
but I'm
bands.
cutting it
But
down.
yeah.
One of my favorite all-time bands. Scott Weiland. Oh.
Fantastic.
Speaking
Excellent.
of weed, I smoked weed with Scott in Cabo.
Nice.
That's
You're
probably
such
not all
a
we did,
slut.
but that's all we can talk about
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, that's probably when you were hanging out with the donkeys.
Don't kick.
Yes, all
Please
of
don't
his
kick.
friends are jackasses. That's what we
Yes,
can
yeah.
say. Sweet Jesus.
There
Can
you
we go
go.
to the donkey show again?
What
It was
happened
so much
right
fun.
now? Oh my God.
Brandy's going, I want to go.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you do.
That
wants
is
to
something
sit
that
on-
I don't think that you could ever erase. I feel like that
No, you cannot erase that.
I don't know if I would recover from witnessing that. I don't. I have no desire.
No desire?
No desire to see that whatsoever.
Oh, I just figured you had no desire, period. Okay, okay, we're talking about something
If you
different.
ever
all
been
right.
in
well,
a
now,
farm, you're
I
gonna
mean,
see
if
different.
anybody had a boner, you guys could ruin it for sure.
Well, it's when they hit it with a paddle to get it to go back in is the problem.
I kept the paddle, by the way. You know?
What did I get myself into?
See what you signed up for,
What
Brandy?
did Tom Leykis say? Where do they find these people?
Where the hell did these people
no.
come from?
Hammer, how long you been smoking weed? I know you don't smoke a lot, but back in the day, when did you start?
You know
Well,
what?
Woodstock, you said, right?
I've always, I get in trouble for it, but when I'm stressing out a little bit, I've probably been smoking for 40 years.
Right.
Were
you in the original Reefer Madness with the black and white movie?
Oh yeah, I was totally there.
That
I
was
was
you.
the guy in the background laughing. You heard my cackle.
Dude, I had a bunch of friends of mine that smoked in high school, and I
devil's
did,
lettuce.
but it wasn't like I didn't go to school stoned. I didn't get stoned at school. Didn't get stoned for sports. But a lot of my buddies did.
I don't really smoke pot that often, but you know,
Just
I'm
every
a
day.
fan.
Only when the
No,
good shit
no,
comes
like,
out.
not- I mean, like honestly, not very often,
Yeah.
but you know, I mean, I am a fan.
Adam, you
I just
smoke
don't-
weed? Yeah, he's letting it out right now.
Of course, have you seen his haircut? Of course, he smokes pot. Come
Jesus,
on.
what haircut?
Oh.
He can't afford a fucking haircut.
Lack of
Are you
Well,
kidding
you
me?
gotta buy weed somehow.
Jesus. No, I think that I didn't smoke my first joint till I was out of college.
Wow.
Yeah. When I
When was
went
that?
into the music business, and all of a sudden I became an
The room's
expert
kinda
at
look
everything.
like this one, yeah.
Yeah. That and mushrooms and you name it. And then, you know,
And you name it.
yeah. Well, those little tablets. Remember the acid on the paper?
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
me neither.
I have no clue what you're referring to.
Hey, that shit will be legal soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of weed. I think it's a good thing as long as you're not, it's like anything. Do it in
Well,
moderation.
think about
Do
this.
it
Think about
smart.
this. Forget about us just having a good time.
Yeah.
Let's look at all the cancer patients that are now eating because they're smoking some weed. And I had a buddy of mine, Jack. How are you doing, brother? He was dying of cancer, and his mother would roll him joints, and he would smoke them, and he would fucking eat, and he'd keep his strength up. You know, it's important. It works.
I agree.
I mean, the Japanese and the Chinese have been smoking this thing since 8,000 BC. There's something to do with it. It's always been a medicinal type thing. So
I still want to know if it's a weed or a flower.
I said,
I don't know.
it's
Ask
a flower.
Siri, man.
Hey Siri, is marijuana a weed or a flower?
Is Siri stoned?
Flowering plant.
So it's a
So we can
flower.
call it a flower.
It's a flower.
There you have it, ladies
Especially
and
if it's
gentlemen.
sticky and purple.
It's a flower.
Yes.
Mystery solved.
Well, is a poppy a flower or a
That's a
weed?
flower for sure.
Yeah, of course it is.
But we never called it flower back in the day, right? When we were kids, it was like, marijuana or weed or Mary Jane. But
Mary Jane.
flower, I think, is a new term that we're using when we go to the dispensaries now. I mean, some flower, man. It's different.
That is a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the different. You can buy edibles, you can buy pre-rolls, or you buy the flower, which is the buds that
Right.
you put, if you're smoking out of a pipe or a bong or some other kind of device. Or then the kids have those, what are they
Dude,
called?
you sound
Adam?
like an expert.
Where they do the wax, right? What do they call those?
Dab.
Dab.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do the dabs, whatever. I don't fuck with that. That shit. I've seen
Yeah, we can see you
some
don't fuck
people
with
just
any of
get
it.
completely out of their mind stoned. The edibles, though, you got to be careful. That shit is a risky little game.
I love the edibles.
I mean, well, you just have to make sure, that you
Yeah, you
don't-
got the right.
you
don't
know,
want to do
the
too
right
much of that
dosage.
shit.
Well-
The problem with them is if they taste good. My friend makes those Rice Krispie treats all the time, and
bring 'em.
sometimes she
Oh,
makes
bring
different
'em.
kinds of. They're delightful, but you got to make sure you only get a little one. But then
Well-
you get stoned and you're hungry, and you're like, what sounds good? Another one of those
Another
Rice
Rice
Krispie
Krispie
treats.
treat, yeah.
Best
You know?
advice
And
you
you're
ever.
comatose.
And you're like, no big deal. I'll eat
Yeah.
another one, and then you melt it into the sofa, and
Yeah.
you think you might need to call 911. I
Best
don't
advice
know.
you can ever have for edibles is start really small.
Yeah. Take the little corner.
Yeah, you get 1,000 milligram. Don't split it 4 ways with your buddies. You'll be on the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you got these
I heard.
vapes.
Oh yeah.
This one, I'm told,
Oh,
is the
that,
best
yeah.
one. The plug and play.
Well,
but
what's
there's
the-
a controversy with these, meaning that they may have some dangers to them that people don't really know about yet. But I mean, I
Crashing
think.
your car.
Yeah, well, I'm not suggesting that you smoke and then drive your car, Troy. Why are you drinking with your pinky
As we
up?
all get, as we're all
Do you become
fucking drunk and
distinguished when
getting
you
our.
get stoned?
Yes.
Sorry, excuse
You
me.
want to be around
Crashing
me
your
when you
car.
get stoned because I'll be everybody.
So, guys, you got to tell us out there what's your favorite. Is it edibles? Or do you smoke? I'd like to hear some comments from you cats out there. Let us know. Brandi wants to know because she likes the
I do.
edibles. You like it all, don't you,
Well,
Brandi?
What? She doesn't like the
Calm
donkeys.
down,
apparently.
dude. Yeah, like I said, every once in a while,
Calm down, dude.
I mean, if I can't sleep or I had a shitty day or if I'm anxious or if I wake up in the morning
Okay,
or...
you get 2 more and you
No.
got every day.
I'm
Every
kidding.
day of the week.
I'm kidding.
Every day we got it going
I was
on.
just trying to,
There's an excuse
I
for
can't
everything.
go with 1 hour or so. But, guys, listen, we love you. Get stoned. It's 420. And by the way, if you don't hit that subscribe, we don't give a shit. See ya.
Everybody loves to get stoned.
Stoned.